Is our deputy mayor on?
Right here.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Okay, roll call, please.
Sure. Council members Achara.
Here.
Here.
Fisher.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Here. Can we please stand for a pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Moment of silence. Okay, thank you. Hey, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, the notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act for this meeting have been satisfied, and a copy of the annual notice was sent to the Asbury Park Press and the Coaster, posted in Town Hall and filed in the office of the municipal clerk on December 30th, 2019. Know where your fire exits are in your house in case you have a fire. Do we have any council comments? Let's start with Councilman Achara.
No, I'm good, thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Councilman Fisher
No comments today.
and Councilwoman Donlin.
No comments.
Okay. I just want to thank Jen Nordstrom and her team for having another fantastic movie night. And I believe there is another event being held on August 18th as well. As you know, we just survived the Hurricane Isaias, and a lot of people were out of power for quite some time. I do have to thank the road crew for getting around and getting the job done rather quickly of picking up all the brush and blown down trees and branches. So good job out there, guys. Okay, we need a motion and a second to open the public hearing on the Monmouth County Community Development Block Grant Program for the following, which is drainage and roadway improvements on Wanamassett Point Road. Can I have a motion
I'll motion to open public hearing.
and a second?
I'll second.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Councilwoman Donlin.
Yes.
Councilmember Fisher.
Yes.
And Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Is there any discussion on the Community Development Block Grant Program for the drainage on Wanamassett Point Road?
None that I see, Mayor.
Okay, seeing here none, can I have a motion to close discussion on the Community Development Block Grant?
I'll move to close discussion on the community block grant.
And a second?
I'll second.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Okay, we're going to open it up for a public portion of the meeting on the agenda items only. The purpose of the public portion is to solely ask questions to understand resolutions that appear on this agenda and are not on the and is not an occasion for public hearing on the ordinance. All questions not related to an item on the agenda should be asked during the public comments portion at the conclusion of the meeting. Do we have any comments? Agenda items only.
I don't see any, Mayor, Deputy Mayor.
Okay, seeing here none, let's move on to the consent agenda. Can I have a motion for the minutes? Well, we don't have any minutes. The resolutions 20-123 through CDBG 1. Can I have a motion?
I'll move to approve those resolutions.
Second?
I'll second.
Roll call.
Okay. Council members Achara,
Hold, please. Yes.
council members Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Individual action. Can I have a motion on the voucher list in the amount of $14,412,584.65? Can I have a motion, please?
I'll move to approve the vouchers.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Council members Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Individual action on resolution 20-130, award the titles of various impound vehicles to Brothers Towing, Inc. Can I have a motion?
I'll move to approve 20-130.
Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call.
Council members
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Resolution 20-131 to authorize the cancellation and refund of real estate taxes paid to the owner of Block 33, Lot 86, who has been declared a totally disabled veteran. Can I have a motion?
I'll move.
Second.
I'll second.
Council members Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Resolution 20-132 to authorize the extension of the interlocal services agreement with the Board of Education for the employment of a Class 3 special law enforcement officer. Can I have someone move the motion, please?
I'll move it.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll
Council
call.
members Achara, council
Yes.
members Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Okay, resolution 20-134 to authorize the purchase of a Chrysler Pacifica for the use by the Human Services Department from Bayer Chrysler at a cost not to exceed $37,714.41.
I'll move it, but did we skip 133?
Dude, I'm gonna make him
Yes.
go back.
Got it. Thanks. Yes, move.
I'll second.
Council members Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes, my mistake there. Let's go back to resolution 20-133 to authorize the purchase of a copier for use by the Human Services Department from prior NAMI Business Systems at a cost not to exceed $12,817.91. Can someone move that, please?
I'll move it, but I have a question if I can. Ben, that's off state contract?
It is.
Thanks. Yes, so moved.
Can we have a second?
I'll second.
Council members
Roll call.
Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Resolution 2135, authorize the purchase of various equipment upgrades for the Department of Public Works, a Ford F-250 pickup truck, Bear Ford, $77,686, a loader from Foley Cat Incorporated, $144,747, and an HVAC dial-up software air systems maintenance for $15,410. Can I have someone move it?
So moved.
Second.
I'll second.
Council members Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
My quick question, I forgot, the F-250, is that two of them?
Two, correct.
Yes.
2 loaders too?
No, just one.
Yeah, that's got to be one. A good deal.
Yeah.
Resolution 20-136, authorize the tax collector to issue refunds and credits to those taxpayers who have received favorable state tax appeal judgments. Can someone please move it?
So moved.
Second.
I'll second.
Council members Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
yes,
Fisher,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Resolution 20-137, authorize compliance with the promulgation of Local Finance Board of the State of New Jersey accepting the 2019 annual audit for the Township of Ocean. Someone please move it.
I'll move.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Council members Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
yes,
Fisher,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Resolution 20-1,
Deputy Mayor, if I could just jump in.
yes.
Councilmember Donlin, there's an affidavit that needs to be signed regarding the audit. So over the next day or two, I'm just going to need you to stop in the office to sign that.
okay, I'll stop in tomorrow,
Perfect, thank you.
last day of the week.
Okay, Resolution 20-138, authorize the tax collector to issue a refund to the owner of Block 140, Lot 53 for an overpayment due to a clerical error. Can someone please move it?
So moved.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Council members Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes,
Fisher,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Resolution 20-139, authorize the tax collector to issue refunds and credits to those taxpayers who have received a favorable Monmouth County Board of Taxation judgment. Someone please move it.
So moved.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Council members Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
yes,
Fisher,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Resolution 20-140, approve the change order number 2 for Down to Earth Landscaping for the bollard installation at Joe Palaya Park, increasing the contract amount by $850, bringing the total contract amount to $32,055. Someone please move it.
So moved.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Council members Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
yes,
Fisher,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Resolution 20-141 of award a professional services contract with Leon Esabaki Inc. for engineering services associated with the 2020 road improvement program at a cost not to exceed $256,500. Someone please move it.
I would prefer not to move that, and I'd ask a motion to actually remove that from the agenda for further discussion.
What's the reason on that?
Based on our emails, I'm not clear that we actually are able to vote on this because I believe there was an ordinance passed that any engineering projects that exceeded the state threshold for bids needed to go out for bid.
Mike, is that correct? Or Marty?
I had looked and I asked Vinny to look. I couldn't find anything. I don't know if Vinny found anything. I don't know if he did or not.
I did not.
I
I know there was conversation about putting
Yeah,
more.
I called conversation at a previous meeting with, I'm
Correct.
sorry, yeah.
Not the
But I
recent
don't-
meeting, that was different. But gentlemen, this is
Okay.
why we have workshop meetings, so we can work this out and we don't have to have these conversations prior to a vote. So I'd like to make a motion to remove that from the agenda for tonight for further discussion at a workshop meeting.
Mike, does the township ordinance state that the township engineer is responsible for sidewalks, curbs, and paving?
Matter.
It does. I could email that around to everybody too.
You did.
I had
You
emailed
did.
it earlier.
You
Yeah.
did, but I'm still, I got a motion on the table. Do I have a second?
Okay, there's no second. Oh, does someone else want to make a motion? And I guess my question, Mike, is in terms of this award, is this something that's currently in process that would delay anything if it wasn't awarded, or can we hold off?
It would probably delay the roads for the 2020 program into next year.
Okay. Well, bearing that in mind, I guess if anyone has a motion to introduce and second, then you go ahead, or if you want to put it off till the next meeting, that could impact doing the roads.
Can I have someone move the motion for resolution 20-141?
I'll move the motion.
I have a second.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Councilmembers Achara,
No.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani,
Yes. Resolution 20-143. Can I have someone move the motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Councilmembers Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Resolution 20-144 to authorize the approval of amendment number 10 to the 1966 service contract between the Township of Ocean and the Township of Ocean Sewerage Authority. Can someone please move it?
So moved.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Councilmembers Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Resolution 20-145, authorize the purchase of one Dodge Durango from Bayer Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram under the Cranford Police Cooperative Pricing System, identifier 47-CPCPS, for use by the police department at a cost not to exceed $30,583. Can someone please move it?
So moved.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Councilmembers Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Resolution 20-146, authorize the purchase of all related equipment for the use in the new police vehicle from Elite Vehicle Solutions, state contract numbers A81334 and A81308 at a cost not to exceed $16,307.99. Can someone please move it?
So moved.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Councilmembers Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Resolution 20-147, authorize the purchase of a laptop computer for the new police vehicle from Elite Vehicle Solutions, state contract number T-0106-17FLEET-00749 at a cost not to exceed $6,178. Can someone please move it?
So moved.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor, Councilmembers Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Resolution 20-148, authorize the award of a contract for the demolition of a portion of 1001 Wickapecka Drive to MTB-LLC at a cost not to exceed $187,544. Can someone please move it?
I'll move.
Second,
I'll second.
roll call.
Councilmembers Atchera,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Public comment. Just give me 1 second. Okay, we're gonna open it up for public comment. Vinny, just let us know if we have any comments coming through there, or anybody that speaks up.
No problem.
Hello, this is Peter Young, 610 Deal Road. Hi, everyone. I had a question on 20-141. That was the Avakian contract that Councilman Atchera asked about. Is there any statutory requirement or any procedural requirement of the council to get bids for that, or is that just going ahead without any bids?
Would you like
Marty?
me to answer?
Well, the municipal engineer is Avakian. In the past, certainly Avakian has been the engineer who has done this work, and there is an ordinance which makes substantial reference to the engineer reviewing, applications related to street work, et cetera. So I don't know if there's any statute to the contrary. I'm not aware of it right now, but I think right now we believe there's the authority to proceed with Avakian.
Can you
Okay,
check,
so it's,
Marty? Marty, can I ask you to check if there is a state statute, please? Not now, but for the,
Well, I will check to see if there's any state statute in a case such as this.
thank you.
I think we just want to understand it was a no bid award that passed tonight. I have a question on 21-143. That was the emergency project for the sewer authority. And I saw somewhere that we have something like over $9 million in unused funds that you're looking to tap for the emergency project?
If I might, Deputy Mayor,
Yes, go ahead.
just bear with me, let me get the resolution. No, it's not $9 million. $9 million was the amount that was originally borrowed. What they're looking to use for this project that they mentioned for the emergency was 750,000 of the 1 million that's left over.
And what was the emergency project for that $750,000?
It was, if you just bear with me here, it was the replacement of a portion of the sewer line from the Interlaken pump station to the sewage treatment plant.
Okay, thank you. That gives a little bit more context for that one. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinny.
No problem.
2144 referred to amendment number 10. Hold on, I gotta check my agenda. 2144. This was the 1966 service contract between the Township of Ocean and the Township of Ocean Sewage Authority. Could you just briefly describe what amendment number 10 contains?
Jump in.
I believe what that 1960 something agreement is actually the creation of the sewer authority by the town council at that time, and the amendment allows the bonding.
Amendment number 10 is just to allow bonding.
By the sewer authority.
But this amendment is just coming up now, number 10.
Right, when they go out to bond for projects, we have to pass this.
Okay,
So in
it's
other
just-
words, there have been 9 efforts, 9 times before this. This has happened. So this is the 10th time, I would guess.
Gotcha. Gotcha, that clears that up. 2148, the demo at Wickapeco, what demo is that exactly? Is that a building that the township owns, or what was
It's a
that?
building the township owns adjacent to the golf course. The back western part of the building is not structurally sound, so we're taking the back part of that off.
So
The rest of the building's fine.
this is part of larger improvements of an entire redevelopment plan for that building?
Yes.
So is there like an entire budget that we're adding the demo cost to?
Not for this building. Once this part of the building is down, we haven't actually decided what we're going to move down there yet or what we operate out of there. There's a lot of different ideas being kicked around for it, be it office space or meeting space or whatever. But that part hasn't been decided yet. So in the future, there probably will be additional costs.
Is there some urgency to performing that demo now due to some structurally unsound condition, or when you have the entire project plan, could you do the demo?
I think timing is a little more urgent. I don't think it's about to collapse or anything, but I think it's something that they want to take care of. The engineer wants to take care of immediately.
And I think it was something before they purchased that they knew was going to have to be demolished based on the inspections that were done, I believe.
And just to get an overall sense of timing, when would we see the overall project plan for what the township's doing with the building?
Hopefully before the end of the year. It's something that we could definitely discuss in workshops when we start going to our regular schedule again next month.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any
And
other
just to
questions?
remind everybody, this is the general public comments, so it's your time to speak if you have anything to say, as opposed to just related to the agenda items. Because we got caught in this last.
Hello? Can you hear me? Anybody?
Yes,
Yep.
please identify.
Okay. David Weiner. As far as the resolution regarding the award, has that been made for the, what was it, $300,000? Is that under the fair and open process or the non-fair and open process? I think Mr. Serra was opposing it, I believe, in regards to one of those. Or at least opposing it being dealt with tonight and being held up until a pre-meeting to discuss it. So is this under the fair and open process or the non-fair and open process?
Non-fair and
I'm
open.
sorry.
Non-fair and open.
There you are, Vinny. I'm sorry, I didn't see you up there.
No problem, Dave.
It's under the non-fair, okay. Yes, so that would not require a bid. That just requires the vote of the council, as long as they don't violate, the company doesn't violate the contributions aspect of it, right?
Correct, and that's all part of the resolution.
Gotcha, okay, thank you.
So
Any other
Dennis
questions?
Howlett, Dennis Howlett, 1638 Holbrook Street. I have a general question for anyone really, who might be familiar with Snell Lake, which is on the north side of Brookside Avenue. I'm curious as to, is Snell Lake actually owned by the property owners that bound that lake? Or is that owned by the town?
I found out recently it is correct.
It is what?
Owned by the property owners.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
You know, is there an association or something like akin to the Deal Lake Commission that takes care of the Snell Lake?
I don't believe there is. I do believe probably, I don't know, 5, maybe 10 years ago, there was, because of flooding issues, that there was a drain that was put in by the township to help alleviate the problem with the homeowners, but it is actually part of the homeowner's responsibility.
Okay, that's very interesting. Do you happen to know if Snell Lake is fed by Poplar Brook?
I don't think it is.
Okay.
Although being so close, you might think it was, but I'm not 100% sure. I
Yeah,
can find out.
Just by eye, it looks like it's at a higher elevation than Poplar Brook, but I'd be curious to know that. Do you also know if there's any water testing done for Snell Lake?
Not that I know of, but when the last time we spoke about the state DEP doing water testing, I haven't gotten an answer, but I did come across paperwork that said the health department had actually done some testing. So I'm putting a call into them to see if there's anything in the future that they could do for testing. So hopefully I'll have an answer by next week, and I'll reach out to you and let you know.
I appreciate that. I was just curious, since Snell Lake actually isn't a natural body of water, if it falls under a different purview. I mean, Poplar Brook is natural. Snell Lake is a man-made, from 1919 or whatever it was, man-made drainage pond that just grew into a lake. If I have my facts straight, I think I do.
Yes.
Does that make sense to you, Mike?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I have, thank you. I have one further question. A couple of meetings ago, I might have missed the follow-up to this. There's some talk about the development of the townhomes, I'll say off Pine Street. And there was a building in that area that was in terrible condition. And Mike was going to look into the violations that the people had there and whether the property might even be demoed. Is there an update to any of that?
I think you're referring to the property on Roosevelt. They're the one that's in really bad shape.
Yeah.
There's actually, we had a conversation with the property owner today. They were supposed to be putting up fencing today, and they did a sweep for like underground storage tanks. So they were doing that, and if they did find something, they were going to come for a permit to get that done. So once that gets out, and we told them, if they find it, it's got to get done within a couple of weeks, so they can get the demo permit and take the building down.
Okay, this was the place where somebody allegedly was selling firewood illegally. That's the same place,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Any other questions, comments?
I had a general question on the schools. Have we made a decision as a township about opening?
That would be a Board of Ed question.
So as a general question asking tonight, you wouldn't be able to relate whatever knowledge you have of what the school board has decided?
The school board makes that announcement to the parents and the students. This is the Township Council.
So in your, kind of experience on the council and your experience with the schools in Asbury, you don't know what the school board has communicated?
I know what my school board has communicated. I know what my children have been told from Ocean Township schools. I can only tell you what I have heard what the plan is, and that's basically it. You want to actually get the facts and the exact message, I would go to the Board of Ed meeting.
Or go to their website.
So it's not something you can just sort of touch on in a sort of general way. Yes, my kids are going back to school at the beginning of the year?
Yes, my kids are going back to school at the beginning of the year. They're on a hybrid model, which means partially remote, partially there.
Okay, so
I think the point is that we have no more information than anybody else in Ocean Township would have who has kids in school.
no, I understand it. I just look at this general discussion that kind of, in a neighborly way, find out some things that are going on. But if I had to go to another meeting, I guess I would go to another meeting or check the website.
Okay.
It sounds like the schools are opening for students to actually attend in person.
Right now, it looks that way, but everything's changing on a day-to-day basis.
It's not the full 5-day-a-week thing. If people are going for, 2 days out of the week, I don't know the specifics of it. not the full 5-day-a-week program that they had like last year.
Now, if we had questions as to any additional expenses related to the opening, would that be something to bring up here, or would we also go to the school board meeting?
School board meeting.
So if they needed to request additional funds for plastic dividers or cleaning beyond the normal cleaning that's being done, they would have to put in some sort of request for additional funds?
That's the Board of Education funding, not ours.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't really come to the council at all.
No, not for additional funding.
So when Stephen Gallagher was with us before, I think in February, he kind of presented the budget for the township. And I imagine there must have been some township funds, you know, for the school and some state funds for the school and so on. Like, is there any changing in the funding for schools that will come across your desks?
You know, when Steve Gallagher presents the budget, he's presenting the council budget, the monies that are going to be expended by the council. When you pay your taxes, that includes the council budget, the county budget, and the school budget. And the school budget is a large portion of your tax bill, but they have a separate budget. They handle their own budget. We don't do that, although we are responsible for collecting the taxes and dishing them out.
Okay, thank you. That makes that a little bit more clear. Is it possible to get Mr. Gallagher like back at mid-year to kind of revisit the sort of actuals versus his budget he talked so much about in February? Do we somehow get to see him again, or how could we get him back?
Mike?
Sure, I could have him back. Absolutely.
All right. So in the middle, it's, you know, we're going into the second half of the year. It'd be nice to maybe see him and kind of compare, you know, actuals.
Sure, I'll ask
Mike,
him to
maybe
come on to
get
the
him,
meeting.
September meeting, maybe, Mike?
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Please identify yourself.
My name's Sherry Lynch, and I live at 15 Oak Knoll Road. So my question is about how do you get on the paving schedule to get your road paved? My neighbor's lived here over 40 years, and the road, according to her, has not been paved. I know I've lived here for 26 years. We have grass growing out of the middle of our street. We have ditches in our street where it caused me to fall and break my wrist not last year, the year before. And we're not even on either of the schedules to get a paving.
Mike, you want to briefly touch on the grading system that Avakian does for the roads?
Sure, they go by, they grade each road in town and from 100 to 0. And we try to hit at least one roadway in each different part of town. But I will definitely mention Oak Knoll to him too, and I'll see where it is on the guide.
Okay, because I know we're not on the 19 or the 20, because I asked Mr. Siciliano to post it, and whoever did, one of you guys did. And I know we are not even on either of those schedules. There's one road in our development. I think they're going Roller Road to Faith, but our road has to be one of the worst. I mean, if you drove down it or walked it, you would be surprised. I mean, it really could get a lawn mowing. That's how bad it is. And I did fall, I did break my wrist, you know, on the street, that it's that bad. It's been patched a couple times.
Yeah.
Hey, Terry, I got the
I will
list right
definitely.
here. Give me a second. I'll tell you where you're at.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Rob.
All right. Go ahead. You can go to the next topic. I happen to have the list right in front of me.
That's all I wanted to know. And thank you for listening.
Thank you, Sherry.
David Weiner
Any other
again,
comments?
1216 Walnut Avenue. In terms of the schools, is there not a crossover between, I assume the township has a health department, yes?
Correct. We use the Monmouth County Regional Health Commission.
And is there not a crossover between our involvement with that body and the possible spread of COVID because of the restart of the school system? In terms of the children.
Sure, in the school system, sure, they would have to comply with what the Department of Education requires of them.
What I'm saying, is there any cross, that's a bad term, especially with a doctor sitting there, cross contamination subject-wise of the possibility of the COVID exposures within the township being exacerbated because of the reopening in person with children and teachers and others in the school? In other words, is there any cross-pollination, is a better term, in terms of the knowledge base of what takes place? Wouldn't that be in the interest of the township to know those type of things for the safety of its citizens in general?
Sure, the Health Commission actually controls all the buildings, restaurants, what have you, within the township. If there is any kind of request made or if they're not following protocols, then it's definitely something the Health Commission would investigate.
And do you know if we're kept, if I say we, is the township kept apprised of infection rates at the schools, either amongst the children or the teachers and other staff?
We are not told of the people because of privacy rights. We are told of the number.
I'm sorry.
We're told, no, we're told of the number of active infections now, but we don't know any specifics.
We wouldn't know I just read the superintendent's plan on my phone, and it does talk about reporting and documenting, but I know HIPAA there's certain rights under HIPAA, but that doesn't apply to the numbers of cases. That only applies to specific individuals, right?
Right. Correct.
Okay, I was just wondering if there were any connectivity between the township, other departments, whether it be council, the health, whatever group we're in with the health department, in terms of monitoring those things for the overall safety of the township residents, especially the aged, such as I.
Absolutely. The Health Commission, the department, our OEM department, the county OEM, and we get updates from the county because all testing runs through the county, and they update us on a daily basis of the active cases.
But do they specify the where they occur? In other words, do they specify they occur within the school system?
All they tell us is that you have, say, 3 cases today.
I'm sorry, somebody else jumped in.
Yeah, it was me.
The only information we get is the number of active cases in town, and we get on a daily update if there have been any additional cases or not. They don't allow us any other information than that.
Okay, thank you. That's concerning, but thank you for the answer.
You're welcome.
Hey, Sherry, you're, Mike, keep me honest, low number is a bad number, right, for the road program? The lower you are, the worse you are? Congratulations, Sherry, you have the worst road in town.
Thank you. I told
You're
you.
welcome.
How
Yes, it'll be on the here.
What? How did I not get on the
It'll
list
be
to get
on the-
paid?
Mike, I have another question. You said you actually get number of active cases in town information,
Yes.
and you get that daily?
We get updates for each day. If there were any additional cases reported in town, say 1 or 2 or 0, it hasn't been any higher than 2 in a while, and probably about 90% of the cases that were reported have been removed. I don't know if legally I'm allowed to say any more than that. I just don't know. All we know that we do get some active cases in town.
So if I asked you the number of active cases today, you're not sure if you could really share that data?
Marty, do you think it's something I could share, or?
I actually think it's something you could share. I don't know why that would be. So the numbers, you're not releasing any medical information about anybody. So I don't see why that wouldn't be shared. And frankly, I think it's available. You probably could find it on the internet.
Probably. Our active cases are 32 in town.
And then in terms of reopening, what about reopening the pool and the recreation center?
Pool is
That-
open.
Has that been reopened?
Pool is open.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, good. And what do you think is going to happen with town hall? Are we going to be able to have council meetings in September?
That's the plan right now, the next council meeting.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Can I go back to
Excuse me.
Rob and ask?
Going back to Sherry's Road,
Yes.
if she's got the worst road in town, can you kind of extrapolate when that road might be repaired? Mike?
I will
Forecast?
see that it's put on next year's program.
Pardon me,
I'll make sure it's put on next year's program.
which is 2021.
Correct.
Can I just ask a question? And I'm not cutting hair. If we had the worst road in town, how did we not get on the 19 or the 20 schedule?
You were tied, so just to be fair.
Okay, but there's a lot of ones that weren't bad.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do. They try. The plan is to hit, at least one roadway in each different section of town. Sometimes we don't hit the worst ones because other ones took precedence in different parts of town. But the fact that you have the worst road in town, we will make sure that it's on next year's program.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Rob, you better be right on what you looked up.
Well,
Oh, no, I know it's
will
bad.
qualify that and say this is the latest list that I was given. So it is the latest list. I don't know if it's the most current.
It's
but
on
it's the latest.
you if it's wrong.
Now, my road's bad. I can send you pictures if you want.
I believe you.
Any other comments?
This is Jim Bay.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, I was unaware that you had access to the county COVID ongoing, and I'm sort of surprised that it was 30 each, since there's only about 20 or 30 cases in Monmouth County and 51 municipalities. Are we uniquely high?
No, not at all. There's out of all the over 50 towns in the county, no, that's just our numbers.
It just seems like, okay. Thank you for tracking or whatever you're doing as far as tracking contacts and all on that. Regarding the audit, Vinny, I looked at the municipal website and everything is updated in 2019 for the budgets, the financial statements and everything. I did not see any lapses. I wanted to thank Mike and Vince that everything is accurate. And when the audit gets posted as a routine fashion on the website, there are no other omissions on the website. You and I have occasionally updated the websites when the user-friendly budgets and those things were not available. And everything looks perfect. I don't see anything missing when the audit's available. Thank you. I previously had asked for the collective bargaining agreements, and during the meeting here, I logged on to the PERC website and they're not on there yet, which is okay. COVID may have slowed down their ability to post them. Could you post those collective bargaining agreements to the Ocean Township website, Mike and Vinny?
I thought they were. I know with PERC there was nobody out there.
Yeah, Mike, they are on the township website. I believe they're under the clerk section. So if you go under departments and under the clerk, I believe they're there. I tried to send them to PERC, however, their website was down. I'll
No,
check
that's
again.
excellent if you're able to have them on the website for the Ocean Township.
I do have it on the Ocean Township website.
Thank you, and that's both the Public Works ones, which there are
And
So the 2 public works and the 2 police?
I believe so, yes.
Thank you. And Mike had referenced a few meetings ago the concept of the non-collective bargaining agreements, which I was unfamiliar that those were that formalized. Are the non-collective bargaining agreements for things such as the employees in the tax area, the employees, just the routine clerical employees, are those non-collective bargaining agreements also on the website?
We can put it on there, absolutely. It's just part of the salary ordinance, so we could have that posted.
Well, for example, does it specify the 7-hour days and the sick leave and the holidays and the personal days, etc.? Where are those
That would be
listed in the non-collective bargaining
township
agreements?
That would be the township personnel manual, and I don't think there would be any problem posting that. So we could do that.
Okay. For example, you'd mentioned that the chiefs and captain were in non-collective bargaining agreements.
Correct. Well, they're
Is
not
that
in
in
the
the-
SOA.
Is that in the routine personnel manual, or is that a separate, where would that be listed?
Their salary range would be in the
Well, I know
salary
that. You and I
ordinance.
discussed that.
Yeah, the benefits and everything would be in the personnel manual. So I'll get that posted on the website too.
Then the non-collective bargaining agreements are not standalone agreements?
No, there are no other agreements other than the 2 public works and the 2 police contracts. Everyone else falls under either a salary guide of where their salary is within a minimum and maximum, and the benefits that are offered through the township.
Okay, so for the senior officers and the chief, that's all in that generic? There are no standalone non-collective
there's
bargaining agreements?
Nobody else has a contract that covers them other than those 4 units.
Okay, for example, do you have disability insurance for yourself personally that is separate from what the other employees receive?
No, I would have to purchase. We offer an AFLAC plan, and some employees take advantage of that, and some don't.
Very good. So you don't have a standalone, nor does the chief or the captains?
No, none of us have any contracts or anything else.
For the portion of the contract associated with the vehicle, where would that be listed? Would that be in this, or would that be on a standalone contract?
For like the police chief and the captains with their vehicles?
I wasn't aware that they had vehicles. I was aware that the manager had a vehicle. I wasn't aware. Do the chief and the captains have vehicles? Or
Yes,
are they
they have
using
vehicles.
municipal?
Well, they're municipal vehicles that they use, yes.
Are they standard police vehicles? With lights and everything?
Theirs are unmarked.
Okay. And where would the notice of the city manager's vehicle be? Where would that be listed?
I don't have one. I gave it back.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, Vinny, I appreciate it very much. I look forward to looking to the website and seeing the routine personnel contract and the local 57, local 177, 701. And thank you. I appreciate what you did, Vinny. Thank you. And thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
Okay,
David Wanigan, the non-CBAs, that means the covered employees, that means they serve at the pleasure?
that will.
Yes.
And are they covered by civil service?
No, we're not a civil service town.
Got it. Okay, thanks.
Anyone else?
What does it mean to be not a civil service town? If I would understand that you wouldn't have to have the formal civil service tests in a formal manner. But what else, since you're in the pension system and all, what does it theoretically mean to be not a civil service town?
Sure. Certain towns were voted in by the residents of the town, such as Long Branch, Hazlitt, Lakewood. Those are 3 other towns I worked at. They are civil service. So the residents of the town voted that they wanted to be part of it, however many years ago, 40, 50 years ago. So when you are a civil service town, the New Jersey Department of Personnel covers all of your hirings. They make lists for different titles. There's testing for clerk, transcriber, supervisory public works titles, police officers. We are not part of civil service. For whatever reason, the residents of the town back then did not want to be part of civil service. It's probably about 50 throughout the state of towns that are in it and towns that are not. But we're all still part of the pension system, whether you're civil service or not.
Thank you, David, and thank you, Mike. I was unfamiliar with that.
If I may, since I've been a union president for 40 years of a civil service local up in Newark, and by the way, Maplewood is also a non-civil service town. I know because my friend Vic DeLuca was the mayor recently. You can't appeal disciplinary matters to civil service, major ones, and therefore they're not remanded to the Office of Administrative Law for hearings. I don't know what the unions do. I assume then they must do they go through a PERC, Mike?
Correct.
Okay, the Public Employee Relation Commission, in case anybody didn't know. Okay, yeah, that's too bad. It should be civil service.
Anyone else?
No, Mayor.
Any?
Deputy Mayor. No,
Okay,
Deputy
motion.
Mayor.
Okay, do I have a motion to close the meeting?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Council members Achara,
Yes.
Conlon,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes. Thank you for all attending tonight's meeting. Have a great night. Be safe out there.